Welcome back to the Kibber Data Science Channel, Sweden. It is a Friday evening here in the U.S., January 15th. It's about 10 till 8 p.m. in the evening. Before we get started, I do have one small favor to ask. Of course, the first being continue to pray for America. Secondly, click on the share button. Click on the share button and share this video with one person this week. That's all I'm asking, that you share it with one person. Okay? Now, let's go on with the program here. Again, the data comes from Our World in Data website. You can find them online. They're on GitHub also. So let's go ahead and run the script and see exactly what's going on in Sweden as far as the COVID-19 situation. Okay, this is the first thing you got to keep in mind. Sweden is only recorded numbers Tuesday through Friday, which means that Tuesday's numbers, which is this date here, contains the numbers from Tuesday for Friday or for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Okay, so this line here represents 4 days of data, which of course I think you'll agree exaggerates the number of cases and deaths. Okay, this is some of the moving average. It helps smooth out some of the missing data. Again, this is a longer thing. This is cases. Okay, this is what the deaths look at. Look at this. It looks like you got this massive spike in deaths going on. But remember, all these spikes, this here is 4 days worth of data. You didn't have, close to 350 deaths in one day. You had 350 deaths over a 4-day period, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that means your actual deaths were maybe only closer to, I don't know what, 4 divided into 300 is 70. You were closer to maybe 7. What it boils down to, you were closer to these deaths down here and this death here, okay? And in my opinion, that's intentionally misleading. And someone should raise the question with the government. You see these spikes here again? These are all that Tuesday spikes, okay? This is all the Tuesday spikes. You didn't have 30,000 cases in a single day, okay? This blue line is probably closer to the average. You may have had 15,000 cases in a day. That's certainly possible. But look, it drops back down. Why does it have this huge spike and it also drops back down the day afterwards? Okay? Now, when we look at this data on a 7-day moving average, this gives us a much clearer picture of what's going on. Because each one of these columns here is the average for the previous 7 days. So therefore, it smooths over those missing days and brings us to a closer approximation of what's really going on. So this day here certainly was the 8th. It was certainly a 7-day period with the most deaths, or most cases at 7,441. Okay. These dips here are probably, Christmas and New Year's. Okay. So you don't have, over 30,000 cases in one day. All right. Look at deaths. Yes, this is the trend line is a major concern. But again, these spikes represent Tuesday numbers. If we look here, because once again up here, this is over 350 deaths in a single day. But yet, if we cut through all the hype and all the 4-day work weeks, All of a sudden, this number spikes at about maybe 125 to 150. All right. So these plots here are probably the two best plots to look at this point to get some idea what's really going on. Okay. The other way to do it is by looking at weekly cases and weekly deaths. This also smooth because here's the point needs to be made here. The total number of cases or deaths for this 4-day period is correct, but it exaggerates the single day totals. Okay, that's important to understand. So now, this is obviously Christmas and New Year's. So this for the last week was the most, okay, the most uh, cases so far for a single week, and this number is correct. Over 50,000 cases last week, but you're not going to have 50,000 cases this week. Okay. Okay. As a matter of fact, this may be the lowest number. This may be the week with the lowest number of cases in what? In 3 weeks. What about deaths? Well, yes, deaths last week were the highest, most number of deaths so far. You had over 600, 650, maybe 670 deaths last week, which is I'm sorry. This week, you have over 675 deaths, which is the most deaths for a single week so far. And that is a concern, obviously. We look at months. You can see that months are slightly less than halfway up. Last January's cases for the month are about a third to a halfway up this current number. They will almost certainly, there's a very good chance, unfortunately, the cases for January will be the second most cases so far. Unfortunately, there's also a very good chance that January's deaths will be the second most deaths for any single month so far. Now, this plot again, as I said before, this compares the 5 countries, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including Sweden, with the total by the total number of cases. So Sweden, unfortunately, does have the second most cases, but it's a little more than half of Czechia's number. And there isn't a lot of difference between here and here. So what this is 50,000. This is 75,000 total cases so far in Sweden, okay, which is the 4th most among these countries with a similar population size. These are deaths. Sweden has the most deaths among the people from the EU countries between 9 and 12 million people. It's actually not Czechia, okay? This is 2,000 deaths, so maybe this is 2,200 deaths with Sweden so far. Now, if we take these cases, I hope you appreciate these pretty colors I got here, all right? Okay. So, we can all use a little bit more color in our lives, right? This time, this gloomy times. So these are cases by day split out by the various countries. And the different colors, okay? And you can see Sweden's a little different that they didn't have a huge spike up here. But I want you to notice, as always, is this y-axis line varies from country to country. Sweden's cases go up above 15,000. So does Czechia's number have over 15,000 cases, twice. But the rest of the countries have less than 10,000, okay? Total deaths by day. Once again, you can see Sweden's deaths is about 200 high for the single day. Although, again, that number may not be correct because of the daily totals, all right? Okay. So this is 250 cases. This is 100 cases, 150 cases, 150, 200, Hungary, 175. Now, let's look at the cumulative total cases. Remember, the cumulative total cases is the total number of cases from the first case up until any point along the line, okay? Up to here. This is the total number of cases from the first case up until yesterday. But the main use of these cumulative totals is to look for this part right here, this flattening of the curve. Okay, these are cumulative cases. Washington University in the U.S. says the single best measure of the spread of a pandemic is daily deaths. Okay, daily deaths, not cumulative deaths, not cumulative cases, not daily cases, and not hospital beds. Single biggest, all pandemics are measured by the number of people that die, not by hospital beds or total cases. For one reason, we don't know the total number of cases. Okay, let's look at cumulative deaths. You start off like everybody very steep, but then you had a huge flattening right here. Okay, before you began climbing back up in November, it looks like. All right. Now we look at the cumulative cases we plot out here. Right, you can see to a certain extent, cases all look pretty much the same. Started slowly, then had a huge spike up. All right. If we look at cumulative deaths, the shapes are different. But Belgium had a steep incline, then you leveled off. You're in Belgium's shape is sort of like roughly the same thing, and the rest of them had a much longer flat period and a single big spike up towards the end of the year. Okay, so I hope this helps you understand what's really going on in Sweden as far as your COVID-19 numbers. I hope it raised a little bit of an alarm with you about how they were reported. Before I let you go, I still got one request. Click on the share button. Click on the share button and share this review, this video with one more person, just one person this week. That's all I'm asking. That you share this video with just one person this week. Okay? Thanks so much for your time, Sweden, and we'll catch you in a day or two with an updated report.